to the beginning of the show, and I got a message from Fonz that it's been delayed by a few seconds, so gives Fonz 13 seconds to actually arrive. And you're actually on a networking broadcast live on Facebook, which means that I can see your comments. Okay, hello and welcome, and let's just put me full screen. Hello and welcome to the broadcast, and to say hello to Lillian. Thank you for joining me today, and we're going to have a pop quiz in a moment. Now, what you can help out here, would you like 60s, 70s or 80s music? Type in 60, 70 or 80 if you're watching live, and I'll select the year from the 60s, 70s or 80s. So let's just have a look. And okay, you're welcome. And okay, so 60s, 70s or 80s. I'm sort of going towards the 70s, I think, today. We'll see. And I'm keeping an eye out to see whether Fonz actually turns up. The fact that he let me know he was going to be late means that he knows he's going to be late. So, right, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up, I'm going to hide that. I'm going to hide that and bring this up on screen and go picture in picture. Probably that way around. Okay, and I'm going to shrink. I think I need to shrink. I'm going to show you the process behind the scenes when we actually do a pop quiz. And apply. Okay, so this, all right, okay, and Lillian is saying the 80s. So the 80s it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the 80s. And now you can pick a year. So 81 through to 83 to 89. Just to prove that this is live. Pick a year, 80 through to 89. And we'll take the majority vote. And yeah, 1980s we've got, and now we need the exact year, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, etc. And we'll do the quiz for that year and see how we get on. It'll be better on the early 80s, I think. Okay, we're live on Be.Live. We're actually using, and the decision has been made. 89 it is, and say hello to Corinda. And Corinda, right, thank you very much for the message. I'll read the message out. This is Corinda's nurse. Corinda is moving and he's getting restless, so we had to shut down this body, and hopefully he can talk to you when he wakes up. He said he'd like you as a friend. Well, I like Corinda as a friend too, and thank you for posting that comment on his behalf, and we wish Corinda well with the operation, and look forward to seeing him live sometime in April. Okay, and over to Lillian. Yeah, I've got the 89 bit, and yeah, this is Be.Live. Okay, so what I'm doing is I've got a screen share of a Chrome tab, and I'm just going over to the Chrome tab, and our thoughts are with Corinda. I'm going to pick 1989, which is obviously at the top. So 89 songs, and we'll have number 3. Okay, so if you've played before, well, the best way is to actually show you. What we actually get, press play, is we get a song title, and then we have to select who had a hit with the song. So our first question from Trivia Plaza is, Every Little Step, was it by Bobby Brown, New Kids on the Block, Paula Abdul, or Def Leppard? Now, that's an interesting one. If you know the answer, right, and we're chanting for you, Corinda, says Lillian. Okay, but on with the quiz, and if you'd like to place your guesses as to what you think it's going to be, or what the correct answer is even, then now is the time to say, is it Every Little Step, is it Bobby Brown, New Kids on the Block, Paula Abdul, or Def Leppard? And not easy. I agree, Lillian. It's not easy. And New Kids on the Block. Right, okay. I'm going to take your answer. There is a delay of 30 seconds between when you type and when I see it because of the processing, but we're going to go first one with New Kids on the Block. Nope, it was Bobby Brown. Never mind. We're doing this for fun. Right, and this, our first misspelling of the day. Second song is Heavan Help Me. Was it Soul to Soul, The Bangles, Dan Estes, or Cher and Peter Cetera? Who are Cher and Peter Cetera? In fact, who's Dan Estes? I've no idea. I do need some help on this one. And over to Lillian, Bobby Brown. Okay. Bobby Brown. Okay, on this one, we've got Soul to Soul, Bangles, Dan Estes, or Cher and Peter Cetera. Right, okay. Now, this must have been the time when I stopped listening to music because I'm lost. Got to be said. So it's up to you young ones to actually have a go and help me out. Okay, and I don't see. I think it's Bobby Brown. Let's just go to the messages. Fonz has messaged. Okay, and Fonz is on his way. Okay. So, right. I have no idea. Okay, so who are we going to go with? And Lillian is saying Dan Estes. Okay, let's go for that then. Well done. Well played, Lillian. Right, third song is Lullaby. Was it Def Leppard, Redhead Kingpin and the FBI, The Cure, or Tone Loc? That's quite an eclectic choice of bands. So your choices are, for the song Lullaby, Def Leppard, Redhead Kingpin and the FBI, The Cure, or Tone Loc. Some strange names appearing, which I don't recognize. So, yes, well played, Lillian. Okay, and this one. And thank you for watching us live. If you're watching the replay, you can still play along because you've got about 20 seconds before we choose the answer. And you can compare your knowledge to ours. At the moment, we are 50-50. We've got 1 out of 2, which is good. And The Cure. Now, this is confusing. You should only be taking one guess, otherwise I get confused. Okay, so we only need one answer. So the choices are Def Leppard, Redhead, The Cure, or Tone Loc. And I think this time I'll guess this time, and I'm going to go with. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Def Leppard. The Cure. Okay, right, third song. Cherish. Was it Cher and Peter Cetera, Don Henley, Madonna, or the B-52s? Cherish. And my apologies for that. You would have been right, Lillian. Still. Okay, so song title is Cherish, and the choices are Cher and Peter Cetera, Don Henley, who was in the Eagles, of course, Madonna, and the B-52s. And Lillian is saying yes. Okay. All right. Fonz is firing up his computer. It can't be too far away. Okay, so question number 4. Cherish, was it Cher and Peter Cetera, Don Henley, or Madonna, or the B-52s? Difficult one. This is a difficult one. Okay. Still waiting for guesses. Had a brilliant broadcast earlier with Nick Wood when I'm waiting for the answers to come in, so I'm just playing for time. When we were on OBS Ninja, which Lillian and I were on earlier this month, beginning of the month. And we actually did it live, and it worked. And I've never been as pleased. We did it as a live demonstration rather than just broadcasting on OBS. All right, and no clue on this one. That makes 2 of us, Lillian. You're going to plump for Madonna. Okay, if for no other reason than I got the last one wrong, we'll go with Madonna. Well played, Lillian. Batting well. Well done. Blame It on the Rain is question 5, or song 5, and Cher and Peter Cetera, Tone Lock, Milli Vanilli, or the Bangles are the choices. So we've got a choice of 4, and the song is Blame It on the Rain. Now, none of these are actually striking a chord. I can't, you know how sometimes when you're actually listening to music, the riff stays with you. Well, for the songs we've had so far, with one exception, I can't hear the music. So this is interesting. And if you're watching us live, then you can guess live. If you're watching us on replay, you can guess on the replay. We've got about 20 seconds before we plump for an answer, as we would say up north. And Lillian's going with Milli Vanilli. Okay, thank you. And that could well be the right answer. No choice of 4. Cher and Peter Cetera, Tone Lock, Milli Vanilli, and the Bangles. And all right, okay. And John, welcome, John. John is saying Milli Vanilli. And Lillian, all the comments coming through on, so I was in love with this song. I'm going to have to check it out afterwards. And Lillian is saying, yeah, it's okay. And we're joined by Fonz. We're with you in a minute. My computer is slow. Okay. Right. Okay. As both John and Lillian have said Milli Vanilli, we'll go with that. Well played, team. Okay. Song number 6, Forever Your Girl. Was it the Bangles, Don Henley, the Jeff Healey Band? Notice the name, the Jeff Healey Band. Or Paula Abdul. Now, I'm not saying the Jeff Healey Band for any other reason than it happens to be my surname too. And cousin Jeff had, well, many hits. He's not my cousin, really. He might be a distant relative, though. If I share my name on screen, just to prove that I can, 1, that I can do it, and 2, that we do share a surname. Okay, so more and more people watching, thank you. And Fonz, be with you in a minute. Computer's slow. Over to Lillian. Who are the Bangles? Ah, right, okay. When we finish this show, Lillian, if you go to Amazon and say, play the Bangles, they're a British band, female band, and You'll find out. Yeah. So Lillian's going for Paula Abdul. And got that twice. And then John is going for Paula Abdul. And say hello to Bruce. And Bruce is going for Paula Abdul. So we've got 3 votes for Paula Abdul. And I think that makes it almost, it's a lockout. So we're going to get, the answer is Paula Abdul. Well played, team. We're getting better as we go along. Right. The next song title is What I Am. Was it by Bon Jovi, Milli Vanilli, as we've had before, Redhead Kingpin and the FBI, or Eric Brickell and the New Bohemians? Who are they? Eric Brickell and the New Bohemians. Right. So your answers, please, because we need to keep on getting them right, and then we stand a chance for a reasonably good score. We will, at the end of this 10 questions, we're on question 7, get a result, and we can compare that result with what everybody else has done with 1989. I'll say I'm totally drawing a blank on this because I must have stopped listening to music about that time. Let's see. It's possible. Right, okay, so your answers for this question, please. And Lillian is saying, Team John and Bruce, well done. Okay, so we're waiting for your answers to this one. And Lillian is saying Edie Brickell. It was Edie, correct. And John Upton is saying Edie Brickell with a smile. Thank you, John. Not Eddie, Edie. And we're just waiting for Bruce, if you're still with us, for your vote. We've got 2 for Edie Brickell so far, which seems to mean that that is possibly the answer. Checking for Fonz, no Fonz. Okay, let's go back to there. And Bruce is saying Edie. Okay, so we have a consensus. I'm going to be led by you. We're going to go with Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians. Well played, team. Right. Now right, song number 8. How Can I Fall? Was it Tone Lock, Bobby Brown, Rod Stewart, or Breathe? How Can I Fall? Was it Tone Lock, Bobby Brown, Rod Stewart, or Breathe? Okay. So you have some time to actually put your answers in. I haven't got a clue, so all help is appreciated because I'm just drawing a blank on this year. Totally. So how can I fail? Your options are Tone Lock, Bobby Brown, Rod Stewart, or Breathe. And well done, team. And over to Mr. Upton. And okay, Breathe, a duo. And John is then correcting his spelling, I think. Yep, he is. And Lillian is going with no idea on this one. That's fair enough. That makes 2 of us. John's saying Breathe, though. So Rod or Breathe. Right, okay. We've got 1.5 votes for Breathe. So we're going to go with, shall we go with? Yes, we should, with Breathe. Well played, John and Bruce, half right. Or, well, you got the right answer. Right, song number 9, Giving You the Best That I Got. Was it Richard Marx, Anita Baker, New Kids on the Block, or B-52s? So question number 9 out of 10. And so far we've got 6 out of 8. I'll take that off the screen, hide it so we don't answer the question before. And Lillian said Breathe as well. And yeah, okay. And we got it right. Okay, so on to the next song. And John's betting on Anita Baker. That's a blast from the past. And Lillian's going with Anita Baker. And Anita. Okay, all good. All right, so just waiting for Bruce. And anybody else who's watching, maybe on Facebook or on YouTube. We're live on both at the moment, broadcasting on Be.Live. We're able to do a screen share and then go picture in picture so that you can see me bottom right of your screen. Okay. Now, just wait a few seconds and see what occurs. Okay, and the guests are coming in. And Bruce is first. Oh, that's from the last one. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, let me catch up with this because we've got Anita. We've got Anita. We've got Anita. We've got Anita. Which must mean, with so many votes cast, that the answer is Anita. Correct. Okay, and on to the final question. And the final song in this quiz is Satisfied. Was it by Bon Jovi, Richard Marx, White Lion, or Don Henley? Okay. Right. So Bruce is going with Richard Marx. We'll say hello to Fonz in a minute. Lillian is going, yeah. Okay, I think that's in getting the last question right, which is good. And so far we've got one vote, which is for Richard Marx. Okay, so waiting for a few more votes. And then we can conclude the quiz. Fonz, do you have a guess? Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear. No. All right. Okay. Right. So we've got Lillian going. If I change the screen round, I lose sound. So. Right. I am actually talking to Fonz, in case you're wondering whether I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to Fonz. Right. Okay. So question 10, the answers are in. And everybody has chosen Richard Marx, which is correct, which means, oh, well, we didn't get off to bring Fonz on screen. See, when you're not here, it's very difficult. We got off to.
Oh, I'm here. Finally here.
Yeah, we got off to a bad start because let me just change this up a bit. Okay. Right. So well played, everybody, for getting 8 out of 10. Because when we started, we got the first one wrong. So
what year?
89.
Yeah, I do apologise for being late. Two things happened. Okay. One, I was putting a fence up in my garden and lost track of the time.
Right.
And second thing is that it wouldn't let me access the Be.Live guest app. I'd like to come on.
Yeah.
I'd keep refreshing it, and then finally it let me on. Okay. But I'm here at last.
Right. Okay. And Lillian's quite happy with 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a good score.
It is a good score. I mean, the average score is 6.56. So yeah. 10,177 people have played, and we got 8. So yeah, we are better than the average after 10,177 players. So well played, John. Right. So well played, John. Well played to Bruce, and of course, well played, Lillian. Lillian was here from the beginning, so all good. Right. Okay. So we've got the quiz done.
Yeah. I missed the important bit.
I'll stop sharing the screen and I'll come back side by side.
Sorry if I look messy. I've been digging the garden, putting holes in for fencing. So I've just come. This is me fresh out the garden.
Right. Well, I mean, it is a beautiful day. I mean, the sun's shiny. It's heading towards 18 degrees, and it's the first decent day we've had this year. So I don't blame you.
No, well, my fence fell down in the back garden because we had people live next door, and they had like a shed thing at the bottom of the garden. And they took it down, and I think it was holding the fence up basically, and it fell down. So I've had to obtain a new fence. And he's putting it up. Then he's putting it up now. Yep.
Yeah. A lot of hard work involved.
Oh yeah, I've got help, but I couldn't do it on my own. If I put it up, it'd fall straight back down again if I did it on my own. Okay. So I've got people who know what they're doing.
It helps. It helps indeed. Right. Well, April 12th is the next date in our COVID calendar, but today we've got more freedom, which is good. So, and the numbers are headed the right way, I think.
Yeah, it's light. What do they say? It's light at the end of the tunnel, isn't it?
Yeah,
slowly seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
It does. It does. It means that the government, I think this time around, the government are actually getting it right.
Yeah,
and I think everybody's looking forward to April 12th, which is the next big day, which is 5 weeks away, or less in actual fact.
Really? God, where's the year going? It was only December a little while ago.
Well, true, because we've got into a routine, then, the time does fly. I mean, Nick was saying it earlier, that where's the time gone? Because I mean, it doesn't seem a week since we were last broadcasting, and it just disappeared.
Well, I wouldn't know. I wasn't here last week, unfortunately. I should get told off. I should get marks taken off. But there you go.
Okay. Now, by the wonders of YouTube, let's take a break for a moment. I can bring this video up. And I'm going to put the video full screen. This is Live Video Production Weekly, which Nick and I do. But today I did something, I did a live demonstration of using OBS Ninja, which is totally free software for broadcasting. So I'm going to skip to that part of the broadcast. So I'm going to start the broadcast, and I'm going to switch Fonz's mic off, and then I'll switch mine off in a minute. So let's start the video. Hello. And, this is playing from YouTube. So I'm going to stop that there, and then I'm going to skip forward, hopefully. This may or may not work, so bear with me a moment.
It's the pre-show. This is before we actually go.
Slide it
waiting for Nick to arrive.
But what I'm going to do... See, I was waiting for Nick earlier.
Screen share. And I'm going to screen share Chrome tab. And if I find the right one, there it is, the workflow. And come back to me. And there's the workflow. And at the moment we're waiting for this broadcast to go out and to be picked up by Switchboard. And once it's been picked up by Switchboard, then you can go live to other places, as you will see in a moment. Hopefully it will come through. It's starting to come through now. We're getting the situation where the play button is showing, and I should be showing on the screen in a few moments. But what it enables us to do is to go live to the website. Okay. So I've clicked the button to go live to the website. You can see it turning yellow next to the red button and that means it's about to go live on the website, which is good. That's the start of this production today. And also to go live, wait for it to propagate, possibly. Propagating is something that I sort of figured was with gardening, but it's now ready. So we can go live on my Facebook page. And you may now, once that's underway, see 2 of me on Facebook on my profile. But this is all by way of actually testing the way things work. And we have to go live in several different places, which is why we started the broadcast early. So we're starting to go live on my page. This is all done via switchboard. And as soon as it's finished starting, then it's propagating now. So that is going live to my Facebook page, which is good. And then we're going to go live on, wait for it to go in a minute, go live on Brigetti's Periscope page, if that works. All tense moments. I'm just fascinated by the technology. The switchboard allows you to go live on multiple pages, not just your own, but other people's as well.
Yeah. I'm very impressed with the picture quality on YouTube as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's going out from, that was Restream, broadcasting out to YouTube. Well, in fact, in the end, we were broadcasting to 12 different destinations.
Is this switchboard part of Restream?
Nope.
No.
Separate companies. It is a separate, there's a deal on at the moment where you can get switchboard to do all that I'm showing there on AppSumo. And they're going to have their own web player, which is brilliant because the future of broadcasting is obviously we've got Facebook and YouTube, etc.
Yeah.
But the future of broadcasting is broadcasting on your website because that's turf that you own. And the whole idea of actually being present on Facebook and YouTube is to bring people to your website.
Exactly.
If you're broadcasting on your website, then instead of surfing Facebook and YouTube, people will surf your website.
That's right, yeah. Well, it's a bit like, I suppose it's a bit like iPlayer, isn't it? Watching live TV on iPlayer.
Yeah.
It's like bringing your brand all into one.
Yeah, it is. It's having all on your website so that people don't need to leave because they can read your blogs, they can visit your shop, which is obviously the commercial side of it, is to have a shop on your website. And when people are actually listening to you, they can actually buy at the same time.
Yeah, but the possibilities are like endless, really. And you can have like you're saying, a blog, video, music, shop. I don't know what else there is. Courses, you can now live courses, downloads. So, for instance, if you're a musician who plays music, you can have a player playing your music. You can have a video showing you songs, downloads in the shop and stuff.
Right, okay. Just a moment. I'm going to go and we're going to, hopefully this will work. Most things seem to be working today. I'm going to share screen again in a second. Yeah, so I don't need that tab. So rather than explain it then, I'll show you. If I share screen now, okay, and this is how you set up your website. Okay, so this is the magic part. Well, it's not magic, it's just...
Magic. Paul Daniels, wasn't it? Magic.
Right, okay, so I'm going to bring up the website and I'm going to put it full screen. This is the website, and basically you have embedded in it a web video player so that when you go live,
Scroll down a bit. People can watch you live on your website. It's not a link. It's an actual video player, and people can watch live on your website.
Yeah. It tells you it's not up yet. Does it give, so you know when it's going to be up? Is this your website here? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Web Talks Live. This is the website. And if we were broadcasting from Restream now, then we could actually be on that website. Okay. Yeah. But that's basically, it's big screen as opposed to the size of the video on Facebook and YouTube. You've got greater flexibility because, as I say, what will happen is that people will click whilst they're listening to you. They will look at your blogs. They will look at previous recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's also in one place. Yeah. It's all there, isn't it?
It's all on one page.
For what suits your style and what you're doing, really, isn't it?
That's right. And when you're not live, which we aren't live there at the moment, then people can watch recordings.
Yeah.
Selected recordings.
I'm live.
Okay.
Hello, welcome.
So it's the web player. It's not a link. It's an actual web player.
And that's the difference, really, isn't it? It's your own web player. You're in control of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You've decided exactly what's going to be played on there.
Well, it's your own. It's what they call it. It's white labeling, I suppose, isn't it? It's your own branding. You haven't got YouTube stuck in the corner or something else. It's your own personal player, and you haven't got to advertise another outside like YouTube and stuff.
No, that's yeah, totally. Let's take Solo off. Come back to us. Yeah, I mean, it is your own turf. You decide what's going to be on there, and you can go live when you want.
Yeah.
Now, April, I'm going to be taking time to actually put together a series of lectures about how to do this, and you'll have an A to Z, as the Americans would say, of everything you need to do to actually broadcast live on your website. And the other thing is that it's the same link every time. Yeah, it's
that's right.
The same page. It's one link permanently.
Yeah, so that's the thing. People get used to that one link, and then what I find with websites, somebody might go in on my website for photos, but then end up looking at something else they weren't aware of.
Yeah,
and that's like they might come and look at the video, then actually, I really enjoyed that. What else did they do? And surf the rest of the website to find out what you've been up to and other stuff.
Yeah, including your shop.
Yeah, shop. Yeah. But that's what keeps it going, I suppose, doesn't it? Really, you got to have a shop to help fund it.
Yeah. Well, it's not just necessary to fund it, to actually make money as well. Because if you can get people to go to your website, then learning all about you, so they know, like, and trust. Part of it is there because you're live, and it is also possible to actually get to know people on the site because
well, I suppose it depends on, like you were saying about making profit. If you could turn it into a full-time, but you got to have the time to do that. So, like, if you're right, you've got the time, then it could turn into a bit of a money maker for you, can't it?
That's right. Yeah, I mean, the software involved is basically software that can broadcast out in RTMP, and the systems that can do that at the moment are Restream, StreamYard, and Melon, and that's just instead of, as well as broadcasting to YouTube and Facebook, we send it to Signal, and in this case the signal goes to Switchboard. And then Switchboard send it out to the website.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the future, isn't it? People, you know what's going to happen in the future? People are going to set up their own online broadcasting platforms, and you're not going to have celebrities on TV. You're going to have celebrities creating their own things, aren't they? Really?
Well, if you think about this, the switchboard is not single user. So you can invite people to join you on switchboard. They can bring in their own feeds and broadcast out to their own sites.
Yeah.
You've already got the software. It's in there. You can have people join you and they can run their own setup, which means that you could broadcast either on the same website or on different websites. And it's a win-win situation.
Definitely, yeah.
So you're actually broadcasting on each other's websites, each other's social media channels, and you're building up a broadcasting network. Yeah. And you see where I'm going here. It's possible that the going down the road, and that's what I'm aiming towards, is to provide a central facility where people can actually broadcast to. Yeah. So it's the start of web TV.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I was trying to sort of. That's where it's going to aim to. Yeah, but you can have people set up their own web TV networks. Yeah, but that's the way it's future. But I've noticed as well the BBC and places like that. That's where they're aiming as well. Have you seen in their programming? Yeah. Watch on iPlayer Live or BBC One or like ITV. Watch on the Hub Live or ITV1.
Yeah, that's it. That's where the technology is heading. And the infrastructure, the infrastructure that we're using, the facilities we're using, have been used by major broadcasters like BBC and CNN. Yeah. So it's proven technology.
Yeah.
As Guy Cook found out earlier today, because you're actually going to so many different places, it's impossible to monitor the comments. Okay.
Yeah.
So
is there a way around that though?
No, there are two technologies. One we're using now on Be.Live, where Be.Live is integrated with Facebook and YouTube, and we can see the comments, and we can show the comments on screen.
Yeah.
The other side of it is where you are, like we can show the comments on screen. The other side of it is where you're just simply broadcasting. And we're going to get the hybrid, like we had this afternoon, where I was actually by accident broadcasting to my profile twice. I was doing it once through Restream and once through Switchboard.
Yeah.
Two separate broadcasts, same content. Now, one of them I could see, the other one I couldn't see. Yeah. So
other people could see both.
People could see both, but it was hit and miss as to which one they commented on.
Yeah.
Because I could only see one of them, I could only see comments on one of them.
Yeah.
And as Guy Cook found out, because he commented on the second one, I couldn't see his comments. So
it's a bit like the old days, I suppose, on Facebook pages. You have to direct everybody to the page that you've thingy and not shared it to, because otherwise you wouldn't see the other comments.
Yeah. Now that would be brilliant if Facebook hasn't made the changes they did, because you could put the link in and say, right, if you want to watch, then go and watch here.
Yeah.
But we don't know what a link is until we go live.
That's right. And the changes, so say it's progress, but not all changes are good changes.
No, indeed. They've muxed it up with the change that they've made, where they put out a post when you schedule the broadcast, put out a second post when you go live. And it's the second one that's got the video on. And
so I've got a ton of emails popping. If you hear a dinging, it's my emails.
Right? No, we've no noises off. We're all okay.
That's all right then.
Good.
It looks like junk emails.
As long as they're not scammers.
That's what they probably are. I get a lot of them.
Yeah.
Some lady in South Africa has left me all the money in her will. That kind of £4.4 million. All I've got to do though is send them £100 to send it to me on an ATM card. Yep, that sounds legit.
Totally legit. Now, hang on, I pressed the wrong button. Piece of software that I'm using today. It's it's not new. I used to use this several years ago. Just let me type it in properly.
Have was say, have you still got your chessboard in the corner? Is that what we can say? The corner of your
Yeah, you can
chessboard?
see that's
Yeah.
the chest.
You still got it there then?
Oh yeah, yeah. I rediscovered this over the weekend, and it's a little program called FX Sound. Have you heard of it?
Nope.
All right,
I'm gonna write it down. Why is it I come on the show with you and end up writing loads of stuff down?
Yeah, I know. But this basically, when we're listening to music, whether we listen to it on the desktop or on, specifically on the desktop, to actually get the most out of our speakers, we need an equalizer.
Yeah.
Now, Windows 10 has an equalizer, but it's so well hidden, and it's not the best piece of software ever written.
Everything's hidden on Windows 10. Like, what was it? I was trying to find the video editor that they do, because I was told it's quick and easy if you just want to snip things together, and I had to use a YouTube video to find it.
Right, I'm going to share screen again, but this time I'm going to share an application so you can see what I'm talking about. And hopefully, if I bring this up on screen, is it going to show me it? Oh no, just a minute. This happened earlier.
It's live broadcasting for you, isn't it?
I got Alexa. I don't want Alexa. I want FX Sound. Because if I could show it to you.
Yeah, sort of gives a better.
Right, just give me a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch everything off. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go like that. There's always a way around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my entire screen. Okay, so just a minute. And then once I've shared my entire screen, not with audio. Okay, be worth it, I promise you. I'm going to bring that up on screen, and then I'm quickly going to go.
Oh, look, it's me, loads of me. Oh, there's a couple of you as well.
I'm going to go full screen, and then can you now see something in red?
Yeah, like it's a purple box with a black box in it with loads of reddy dots everywhere.
Okay, this is FX Sound, and basically it works with your main speakers, but it also works with headphones as well, or with Chris. Yeah, and it's got presets for music, voice, streaming video, gaming, classic processing, light processing, and bass boost. And it takes the ordinary sound that comes out of your computer speakers and it turns it into, well, just the most amazing quality sound you've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it basically makes it studio, what you'd say like studio standard.
That's it. Yeah, you got it in one. It really does. Well, it's like listening to something totally amazing. Yeah. Right. So I'm going to stop sharing now and be back to us. And there we have it.
That's a good bit of software, because sound is always important. People say about pictures, and working in radio, sound is important. So, sound can tell 1,000 pictures.
Yeah.
But if it's not great, then it don't tell you nothing. It just gives you an headache.
Right. Well, it's worth a look.
Definitely.
You can try it out, and if you want the full version, I don't have an affiliate link because it's only $20 a year.
$20. That's not even £18, is it? I don't think.
No, it's about £17 at the moment.
Yeah.
Because now is a good time to buy things in dollars, because the currency exchange rate is strange at the moment.
When is it not strange?
Right. Well, hopefully, when our economy picks up, it will tighten. But now's the best time.
Yeah, I don't know if you see my video that I've got of Tesco's. Because it was earlier this year, decimalisation came out, and how like military sort of way it was done. Some shops were non-decimalisation, and some were, and when you got change, you were given to it in new money, and the way they did it, It looks like a bigger struggle than what it really was. I wasn't born then. I don't know if you can tell me what it was like during decimalisation.
I was only young then, Fonz.
Yeah.
Basically, it did seem to go smoothly. It's been a lot easier. I mean, I remember working in an accountant's, and I had 2 jobs to start with.
Yeah.
And the first job was to take a book of numbers, a ledger, and to check the additions. Yeah. Make sure the page had been added up correctly. And for that, I used an Olivetti tabulator, and that was in pounds, shillings, and pence. Now, when we went over to decimal, it got a lot easier, a lot easier. Fewer keys to press started. The second job I had in the accountants as an apprentice was to actually make the coffee every day, which had to be brewed in a special way.
Yeah.
It was up in the attic was the stove, and you had to boil a pan of milk, boil a pan of water, mix them together, add the coffee, right? Because it was add the coffee, and then you could put it in the cups.
Yeah.
It took an hour every day.
Was this like the boss's request?
There were 14
Oh,
staff.
right. So it wasn't just one.
Oh, no.
I had a job years ago, and in a restaurant. Basically, I was just like one who did the odd jobs because I was a young lad, like at college, and the father of this restaurant, it's really weird. I had to every morning he'd come down and sit in the corner, and I had to make his cup of tea, and it had to be PG tips. Yeah. Yep. But I'd have to wash it out with fairy liquid first, then put it in. This is true, 100% true. And I had to iron his newspaper flat.
I believe that too. I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy, but they were Greek. They were Greek family. So yeah. And the best one was it was a hot day. He goes, "Would you like a glass of Coke?" I go, yeah, okay. Thinking he's going to give it to me. When he gives it to me, he goes, "That's £1.10, please." Yeah. But no, I've never known, and I can understand how he was. His dad was in like nearly 90s, I think, at that time, and he looked fit and well. So maybe I'm not recommending him to put fairy liquid with your tea bag, though. But he obviously knew the success of keeping young.
Totally.
And his stomach was very clean.
Okay, if you joined us in the pop quiz, thank you. We got 8 out of 10 this week against an average of 6.77. We then had a quick look at Switch Studio, and then we talked about FX Sound, and then obviously a banter between myself and Fonz. Right, as it's sunny outside, shall we stop 5 minutes early so you can start cooking?
Yeah, what have you got for dinner, quickly? What are you cooking this?
So we didn't know the weather was going to be so good, so it is roast chicken, roast potatoes, and sweet.
Still good. Still don't matter. Still good, isn't it? Yeah, I'll say on that bombshell of you making coffee in the attic and me making TG tips with washing up liquid. What more can you say to them?
I don't know. Take care. See you all again at the same time. Okay.